Hello, my name's Giles Mooney and I'm one of the directors of Absolute Accounting Software. We produce tax software for people to file online, both individuals and firms of accountants. And unlike the revenue software, our software can be used to file land and property pages, capital gains tax, ministers of religion, non-residency and partnership pages, as well as the more standard submissions. Shortly I'll be handing over to Sarah Murray, our support director, and she'll take you through how to prepare and also file using our TopUp software. But first of all, I'd like to show you how to download the software from the internet.
Log on to the website www.absolutetax.co.uk and in the top left-hand corner click Products and then Individuals or Partnerships.
This page is a mine of information. It tells you how to download, how much the software costs, what our support services are, and also has a first-time user guide available. But our first step is to download the software.
You'll see in the right-hand corner the option to say Log in or Register. If you're an existing user, you can enter your username and password here. If you can't remember your login, contact sales@absolutetax.co.uk and they'll be happy to email you the details you need. If you are a new customer, you'll need to complete the form with your name and address details and then select the option to proceed to trial downloads. Once logged in, return to the Products screen and then click either Individuals or Partnership and then move to Download a free trial.
If Run is an option, we recommend you click Run and follow the on-screen prompts. If not, you should save the file somewhere easy to find, perhaps on your desktop. On your desktop, you should now see a file called installtopup.exe. Double-click on the file to start the installation. Whether you followed Run or installed manually, you should now see the TopUp icon on your desktop. The next step is to pay for the licenses you need. We charge £5 plus VAT per return, with a minimum purchase of 5 licenses. So for £25 plus VAT, you can file 5 returns in any tax year.
Partway down the page, there is a drop-down menu for number of licenses. Select 5 from the drop-down menu and choose Add to Basket. In the top right-hand corner, it will now give you an option to proceed to checkout, where you can then pay online and receive it by email, the details you require for your license codes.
If you are non-resident, please don't be put off by the request for a shipping address. Everything we send out is sent out via email. Simply open the software, click on the settings icon, go to the licensing tab, and enter the information from the email. And you're now ready to start using the software, and I'll hand you over to Sarah, who'll show you how.
To open up the TopUp Tax program, you need to double left click on the icon and this will start to load the TopUp program. So this will take you into the opening screen. So whether it's an individual, a partnership, limited company or a trust, all of the clients will be set up within this window. Before you do anything, we recommend that you click on the settings icon in the top left hand corner of the screen and you need to enter the registration code that you will have been emailed from sales@absolutetax.co.uk. The second thing that is vital that you do is you go to the online filing tab and you enter the user ID and password that have been sent to you from HMRC. If you do not have this, you will not be able to file your income tax return to HMRC. Once you're happy with that, just click on Save and close out of the window. To add a new client, click on New Client on the left-hand side of the screen. You need to tell the program what type of client it is. So for this case, I'm going to select Individual and then click OK. The first box that you need to enter is client code. So this is just an internal thing. It doesn't get filed to HMRC. You will then need to enter a unique tax reference or UTR number. Again, this will have been provided by HMRC, and if you do not have this, you will not be able to file your return to them. If you do not know what your UTR number is, you will need to contact them. The next screen is the tax office, so you need to select that from the drop-down window. Again, this will have been provided to you on any documentation HMRC have sent. You then need to enter a date of birth, gender, and marital status. If any of the boxes apply, you will also need to complete those. Within here, just need to enter the name and address. And again, you can either copy it from one that you've already set up, or you go through and enter the details. And then you click on Save at the bottom of the screen. Once you've done that, you click on New Tax Return on the left-hand side of the screen. Make sure you have the right year selected and then click OK. From within here, you then click on View Edit Tax Return. So to enter the information, you're just working down the tree on the left-hand side of the screen. So for example, if you want to enter any employment details, click on the icon here, click on Add New Employment, enter the employer's name and click OK. Enter any tax and pay. Any benefits you might have received, any employment expenses, and effectively all you're doing is working through the tabs along the top of the screen. Just going to enter a PAYE reference. Once you're happy with that screen, you need to tick the completed box. Another section that you may need to complete is the sole trader section. To do this, click on Add New Sole Trader. You need to enter the name of the business. 9 times out of 10 it would be the short pages that you need to complete, so I would select that and click OK. You then need to enter a description of the business. And then go to the Income and Expenses tab. So if the level of income is below 83,000, you can tick this box here and simply enter the information in these 3 boxes. So the amount of turnover, any other income, and any expenses. If, however, you do have capital allowances, you can't tick that box and you must complete the full section. Once you're happy with this, tick the completed box and move on to the next section. So really, all you are doing is working down the tree on the left-hand side of the screen. Once you're happy with this, if you click on this icon, so the third one in from the left-hand side, this will then run the calculation. So this will tell you how much tax is due to be paid with HMRC. So just scrolling down, that will give you your final figure. If you close out here, the last section that you would need to go to is finishing the return. From within here, this will have automatically updated after you've run the calculation, and you may need to enter any payments on account that you've already made to HMRC. Once you're happy with that section, again, tick the completed box. To preview the return, click on the print icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and this will then put a screen here that ticks all the relevant sections. If you click on print, you will then get a PDF of the return. Once you're happy with that, you can either save it or you could print it and close out. Once you're happy with the return, it is now time to file it online. To file it to HMRC, you would click on the icon, second from the left, and this would then bring up the screen for online filing. From this window, if you click on Next, it will take you to the following screen. Before you do anything, you have to validate the return. So if I click on Validate here, this will then take you to the next screen. If you click Next, you then get the option to either print the return to a printer or to a PDF. You cannot move to the next section unless you have selected one of these options. So I'm going to select a PDF. It will then come up with a screen asking you where you want to save it. So just save it somewhere easy to find. And then click Next. The next screen is asking you for a date of approval. So I'm going to put in today's date. And then click on Validate Date. Once you're happy with that, click Next. So at this point, when I click on Submit, it's going to file the whole return to HMRC. Now the reason that I'm getting a 1046 error is because the credentials that I have entered through the settings icon in the top left hand corner of the screen and the online filing tab are incorrect. You will need to speak to HMRC for these details or check them online to make sure you can get onto the government gateway, because until these details are correct, you will not be able to successfully file to HMRC. To refile a return, you would need to go back into online filing and you would need to remove the online filing status. So if I click on Reset at the bottom of this screen and say yes, it will then clear out the dates. You will not be able to make any amendments to a tax return if it is any stage in online filing. So if you want to make an amendment to a return, you would need to click on Reset before you could make any changes. To file an amended return, you would go back into online filing, you would say Next, and you would just simply tick the amended return box and then go through the whole process again. And that is how you complete and file a return to HMRC. If you have any queries relating to the Doing Your Own Return programme for TopUp Tax, you will need to email support@absolutetax.co.uk or refer to the user guide that you will have been emailed when you purchase the software.